Yeah. Wind up in this magic. Yeah. Wind up in this magic. With the gang, we ball out, they can't get.
Coach, we find ourselves at the foot of the Rockies, Denver, Colorado, for this edition of the NFL on EA Sports. Just a short time ago, sounds loud enough to reverberate across the Rockies. They're ready for football in Denver as the Broncos get set to do battle with the Kansas City Chiefs. Getting toward the halfway point of the NFL season, Week 7 is underway on EA Sports.
Let's go, boys. Bring it up. Dad, 20. Not today, you are. Not today. 28. Mike, check. 28.
Now the Notre Dame man, this is Theo Riddick. He'll wind up getting a yard on the game's first play at second down.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
The last play got just a yard. Here's 2nd and 9 from the 26. On the ground, it's Riddick. And he'll be upended at the 28-yard line. Just a 3-yard gain there.
Well, so many times we look at a short run and we praise the offense for trying to set the tempo and establish things, but the defensive guys, hey, they just won the battle there. It wasn't a big run given up. They don't always have to absorb the body blows. Sometimes they dish them out themselves.
A tough spot here on their opening drive. This is 3rd and 7.
All day. 3 wide. 59 Mike. Check. 59. Hey, wahoo. Get in the weight room. Mike 5'9". Watch the run.
Operating out of the gun, Flacco. And he's got Hireman. And he's going to get this down to the 35-yard line. What a play that turns out to be, 36 yards.
Brandon, we've both been around the game long enough that we know that in pregame, defenses are pretty amped up, aren't they? I mean, they're pounding lockers, and they can't wait to get out there. But when you hit them with some big pass plays early, it takes the starch right out of them.
So that changes things a bit. Here's a 1st and 10 all the way down at the 35. Riddick with a carry. Derek Nottie makes the tackle.
And the big fella stuffed that one up in a big way. I think doubling him has to be a priority because you can't move up to the next level if you don't take care of him first.
The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9.
Here we go again. Red. Check 59. Mike is 59. Mike to 59. All right,
Flacco fakes the give. Sets to throw. And this one incomplete. Too much contact to hold on to that one, and it's 3rd down.
It is tough to complete passes against zone defenses. The windows that you see open, they shrink pretty rapidly. How about being able to hit a moving target against a zone before the next guy can get there and make a play on the ball?
Not easy for any quarterback, no matter the situation, and there the defense won the battle. After an incomplete pass on 2nd down, that'll leave him trying to convert on 3rd and 9.
Mike, 53. Mike. Watch the run.
Now Riddick. And he will be marked down short of the first as they get to him at the 29. They'll get 6 there on the run, but it brings up 4th down.
And there's a run to be happy with. Good, solid yardage. He'll take that anytime you hand the ball to a back.
And he missed it. It's no good. And this will remain a scoreless game.
Well, this winds up an empty possession. Everything looked okay. He just never got the ball on target. And knowing him, he'll be disappointed with that effort.
They've got good starting field position as they come up here 1st and 10.
They're not ready for this. They still playing soccer. Y'all playing the wrong.
LaShawn McCoy, the 31-year-old running back, his first carry. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. That one good for 12 yards and a Kansas City first. Well, one unit I know you want to watch is that offensive line. If they keep clearing holes like that, it could be a long night defensively.
No doubt about it, because when they are in sync, as we're seeing so far, when that continuity is there, and you can see that they're playing off of each other while controlling the defensive front linebackers, you're exactly right. It could be a very long night for the defense because someone's going to run for some big yardage.
Get your hands on him. Get hands on motion, man. Both sevens in my side.
Throwing on 1st down is Mahomes. Got his man complete over the middle. That's Wells. And taking it across midfield and inside the 45. It'll go as a gain of 10 and a Kansas City 1st down.
Chiefs.
Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on 1st down.
Come on. You better bring it. Kill, kill, kill. Kill, kill. Alert flare, flare.
Here's McCoy. And he'll get it down on the play to the 37. Give him 5 on the carry there, and it'll be 2nd down. Now, look, that wasn't... A huge gain, but those are the types of carries I think they were missing in their loss last week. They couldn't get him going on the ground.
Did you get the same feeling I did during our meetings, that they kind of regretted that he didn't touch the ball?
Absolutely.
You know, hey, he should have touched it more last week. They weren't going to make that same mistake, and they've taken care of that early.
The 1st down run got 5. Here's 2nd and 5.
Check. Check 4, check 4. Check. Lucky. Check 24, check 20. Yellow. Switch.
Now a man who really came on late last year, it's Damian Williams. And this time not quite to the 30. It'll be down at the 31-yard line. 6 yards the pickup, and that's a 1st down.
1st down, Kansas City.
Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10.
I got him. On me. 47's the mic. 47's the mic. Let's go, dude.
Now here's Mahomes. It's Kelsey on the ground. 7 yards, the pickup on the pitch and catch. Kelsey, such a valuable part of this offense. Made the Pro Bowl the last 4 seasons. 2018 being the most productive when he went over 1,300 yards, 10 touchdowns, and a great relationship between he and Pat Mahomes off the field. Very good friends, attended a bunch of high-profile sporting events together in the offseason, and that chemistry, it certainly shows on the field. Throwing again on 2nd down. Mahomes under a heavy rush, and down he goes. Malcolm Smith gets him for a loss of 5. He is so tough to handle on the blitz, and that's Exhibit A.
3rd and long.
They got to get it to the 21 here on 3rd down.
Hey, 57, 57. Hot shot. Mike 34. You must be getting tired of seeing me. Check 13. Yellow. Check 37. Check 37.
Shotgun snap to Mahomes. And this is caught by Watkins. And they'll have it in the red zone before he crosses over out of bounds. That one good for 12 yards into Kansas City first.
Yellow. Oh, yeah. Check in. I'm coming after you. Sick guy. Check thick guy. He's dribbling. He's checking crack. Kill. Switch.
Now a first down carry. It's Williams. And he takes this into the end zone for a Chiefs touchdown. Damian Williams, his 5th touchdown now on the year. And they are able to strike first here on their opening drive. Extra point hugged the upright a bit, but he gets it to go. And that makes the score 7-0. Now after the touchdown, here's Butker on to kick it away. Fielded about a yard deep. And he'll wind up about 4 yards shy of where he would have been if he had taken a knee, as they'll start at the 21-yard line. Denver offense at the line, ready to go. And they were in field goal range the last time out, but couldn't connect.
It's early in the game, so I don't think that the confidence just goes entirely out of, running your kicker back out there. But let's face it, some coaches have a little bit less patience for that than others. Let's see if they call the game differently now in terms of what they do on drives and not try and settle for field goals.
Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10.
Gun. Hurry up.
This is Royce Freeman, second-year man from Oregon. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. He'll wind up losing a yard on the play, and it'll be 2nd and 11.
Brings up 2nd and 11 at the 34-yard line.
Dad! Okay, Watch the flood!
From the gun, Flacco. And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked by Kendall Fuller. And he will take this one home. It's a touchdown.
Touchdown, Kansas City.
Butker on for the PAT. And it's good, and they have jumped out here to a quick 14-0 first quarter lead. So they throw the pick six. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully.
Let's go!
The Broncos take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. Already down 2 touchdowns here in the first half. This becomes a pretty important drive, doesn't it?
It certainly does, and a lot.
And he's taken down, a Chiefs sack. Flying in to blow that play up, Alex Okafor.
Well, someone's been up to the task so far in this game. They are already up a couple of scores, Brandon, and guess what? I think they're just going to pin their ears back now and get upfield and get after the quarterback.
Been such an impressive first half to get that lead. Got to imagine the pass rush will be equally intense here on second down following the sack. It's 2nd and 18.
Gun. Motion to backfield. Motion to the backfield. Mike's 50.
Out of the gun, they give to Freeman. And not a whole lot to speak of there as they'll bring him down shy of the 20. Tackle made there by Frank Clark.
Right there.
Third down.
Damn, baby.
Now on third down, an extra DB out there for the Chiefs. Flacco from the gun. Under pressure, and Flacco's going to be dropped. The Mississippi State man, Jones, with a sack there. Well, they went with the nickel. They throw in an extra defensive back. Coverage was very good.
Yeah, it was exactly as you would expect. A passing down, you bring in the nickel package. Just as you described, the coverage was excellent and allowed one of their linemen to end up getting to the quarterback.
Only 2 punts for him last week in the loss as he gets this one away. And not a great punt here. Out of bounds in the air. They're going to say this one doesn't even get to the 40. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10.
47 to Mike, boy, 47. Check, 47. Switch up, switch up. 43, 43. Switch gears.
H3, 218, chopper.
Get him, you got him. 43. 47, Mike, 47. Mike.
From the gun, it's Mahomes. And going deep for Hill. That's going to be caught. And he will take it on in for a Chiefs touchdown. Tyreek Hill with touchdown number 8 on the year. And the Chiefs are able to extend their lead. And his kick is good, and flags fly as well. Some frustration showing through right now. This is going to be a roughing call. After the roughing penalty on the PAT, they'll kick off from 15 yards further upfield. And the Mile High Air in full effect as that's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. Denver offense at the line, ready to go. And some dangerous territory. You're already down 3 scores. A 3-and-out here, or an inability to put any points up. This one might be over by half. Yeah, and what you also have to guard against is calling every play for a big shot downfield. You know, thinking you're going to get all these points back on one drive. You're not. And last time I looked, it's still the first half. I'm not saying you have ultimate patience here, but you also don't have to go ahead and force everything either.
Check, 59. What we got?
Freeman again, a first down carry. And the hole closes quickly there. He gets maybe a couple up to the 38.
One thing to keep in mind, partner, especially in the second half, when you've got a running back of this size, of these dimensions, I can just tell you, attrition does set in for a defense because you're excited about hitting him in the first half. Maybe not so much in the second half, and some of these shorter gains turn into bigger runs later.
Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Chris Jones able to drop him that time for his second sack of the evening.
Are you seeing what I'm seeing? That's 3 sacks now, and this team came into the game in the bottom 5 in the league in sacks.
Yeah, what's going on? It's not been their bread and butter. I don't know. Is a blind squirrel finding a nut, or is this something they can build on?
Well, they found some momentum. They found a crack in that offensive line, and they're putting it to good use.
Now after the sack, Flacco and the Broncos come up 3rd and long.
You better bring it. I'm letting you know right now, you better bring it. Say it.
3rd and long for Joe Flacco. Into a double team, and it's intercepted. Picked up by the rookie from UVA, Juan Thornhill. And he may want to track down that football because that's interception number 1 on his career.
You're saying that's going into the trophy case?
I'd put it there.
Yeah, no doubt about it. That's when you ask the equipment guys to make sure they hold it for you after the game. But if you play in the back 7 on defense, that's part of your job, finding ways to take the ball away from the other team.
They'll run on first down. It's Williams. 5 yards on the carry. Good pickup on first down. Well, with Damian Williams, it's notable that the Chiefs didn't make a play to go after a big-time running back in the offseason. The coaching staff said back in May they didn't want running back by committee. They trusted Williams to be their starter. You remember last year he was forced into the starting role the final 3 games of the season due to attrition, and he really excelled, and then he was excellent in the playoffs against the Colts and Patriots. Strong indicator that he was ready to be the bell cow. Off the draw, here's Williams. And he'll be brought down at the 27-yard line. 9 yards to pick up there, and it's a first down.
Tremendous blocking by the interior of the offensive line. They didn't just gash him there. They blasted a gaping hole for him to gallop through. I think if he comes back to the huddle, he better be giving them a whole lot of credit and thanking them for that much space to rumble.
Squeeze, double. Shift. Hey, check 24. Check nickel. Hey, watch it.
Now a first down carry here for McCoy. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. It's a loss of a yard there, and now second down.
That didn't appear to be a run blitz. He just darted in once he saw the run develop. That appeared to be a case of see ball, get ball.
Yellow. Watch twist. Hey, 43, 15. Kill. Turn up. Kill. Turn up.
They fake the give. Now Mahomes. And he's going to go down here. A sack. They push him back to the 34. Von Miller racking up sack number 12 for him on the year.
You've called plenty of games in your career. Do you believe in momentum, my man?
I do, and I think we're seeing it right here.
Oh, there's no doubt about it. The run that he's been on. How about that? 3 sacks in a game a week ago, and another one right here. Oh, he's feeling it in a big way.
Check the hot read.
They go play fake. Mahomes. Out to his left. Finding room to the 20. And he'll go out of bounds inside the 15-yard line. Mahomes can sling it, but the feet are nimble too as he scrambles for a first down.
Certainly making his presence felt in both the pass and the run game. He's having an impact.
Yeah, his first carry of the game right there. He had hurt him with his arm. Now he's showing that he can shuffle the puppies as well.
Watch the screen. Hey. You got to get moving, man. Man moving. You got to get that.
On first down, McCoy. And he will take it on in for a Chiefs touchdown. LaShawn McCoy with touchdown number 7 on the year. And the Chiefs are able to extend their lead.
And we know they won't get their names in the stat sheet, but the offensive line has to get all the credit for that touchdown run. Tremendous job of blocking, paving the way for the 6 points.
Extra point splits the uprights, and a rout is on here in this first half. Now after the touchdown, here's Butker on to kick it away. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. Typically down to the first half, I might say, oh, you at least need a field goal out of this drive, but they're down to the point where they need a touchdown, don't they?
Yeah, normally, you know me. You've been around me for a while now, right?
Unfortunately.
I'm sorry about that. But normally, I'm the one preaching patience.
Yeah.
You know, take your time, first half, you still got a chance. I think they're out of patience here. This has to be a drive that gets a touchdown. So if you're the play caller, you're going to that portion of the sheet that says big-time plays, specials, anything you can use to get yourself back into it.
A gain of 5, good enough for the first down. 2 minutes remaining in this first half of football. Coming up at the half, a reminder, we go back to Orlando to check in with Jonathan Coachman. He'll have a look back at our first half as well as a look ahead to what's coming up later this weekend. Pretty good results here on the first down run as he takes us forward for about 6. It's a 6-yard gain on the ground, and that'll make it 2nd and 4.
Brings up 2nd and 4 at the 43-yard line.
The last run got 6, now 2nd and 4.
No. Off.
This is Freeman. And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair. That'll be a loss of a yard, and it leads to a 3rd down.
It's now 3rd and 5.
The Broncos on 3rd down. They've only converted once in 4 tries. This will be 3rd and 5. To pass, Flacco. Under pressure, and Flacco's going to be dropped. Alex Okafor, his 2nd sack of the night. The Chiefs will use the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with a tick under a minute to go before half.
The amount of sacks that they've absorbed in this game is absolutely extraordinary. Let's just face it. This offensive line, flat out, cannot handle this pass rush. It's been demonstrated time and time again.
And the punt team on now as this one's sent away. And this one will be touched down right at the 30-yard line.
First and 10 at their own 30-yard line.
The Chiefs offense about set to begin this drive. You've got under a minute to go here until halftime. You got the good-sized lead. No need to do anything crazy.
No, there really is no need to do anything crazy. The smart play, go ahead and take your...
He'll be brought down by the Broncos. It's a sack. Derek Wolfe able to record his 5th sack of the season.
Well, maybe that can give him a little bit of a pick-me-up, a little bit of a jolt. One of the few things has gone right defensively.
Because other than that, it's really been a first half to forget. After the sack, here's 2nd and 11.
Watch the slant.
Hey, go.
34 is the mic. Come on, baby. Come on, let's go. Hey, check smoke. Mike, 34. Hit. Watch the twist. Back.
Mahomes now to throw. He's going to loft one deep left side here. That'll be incomplete with 9 seconds now showing on the clock. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. Once again, they'll keep it on the ground. And he's going to get this to the 31, but that is still well short of what he needed. And they're going to take a timeout defensively. So with 4th down coming up, they go ahead and burn it and say we'll see what happens. He punted 3 times in the loss last week as he sends this one away. And they'll play keep away from the returner as this one will be marked out of bounds at the 13-yard line. Pretty good spot. So we've reached halftime with the visiting Chiefs on top. As we send you on out to our studios in Orlando, here's Jonathan Coachman at REA Sports Halftime Report. Ready for the start of the 3rd quarter. The Chiefs have the lead and set to receive the football. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line.
Let's go.
The Chiefs offense about set to begin this drive. They built a good first half lead. Now they have a chance to add on to it.
And what I'm thinking is that the offensive staff spent the entire halftime just working with them on, here's what we think they're going to do to attack us in the second half. Nice first half that we've had, guys, but be prepared for some change-ups. We're going to see them when we kick it off in the second half.
See how they handle any adjustments that might be made defensively. A good pickup there, 8 yards on the first down completion.
Second and 2.
Quarterback Patrick Mahomes has some fond memories of playing here in Denver. In fact, one of his earliest NFL memories came here in the Mile High City. That was back in the final week of the 2017 season while Alex Smith was resting up for the playoffs. And we got a glimpse of what the young Mahomes could do. He threw for 284 yards in a 27-24 Chiefs victory. That, of course, was the first start of the career for Patrick Mahomes.
Here we go, here we go. SOS, SOS.
Hey, 15. SOS.
To throw again on second down. Mahomes escaping the pressure right and avoids the contact by sliding. 4 yards there as they let him out of the pocket, and he got enough for the first.
Now, how about that play? He took a possible negative and turned it into positive yardage and slid down to avoid taking a big shot. Excellent job getting down and avoiding the big hit.
Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10.
He's checking.
Hey, Riblin.
Alert 3.
Hero 15.
Check 26. My chance.
They go play action. Now Mahomes. He's going to air one out. That's caught inside the 20. And they're going to have this way down deep in Denver territory. Mahomes finding Hill for a big play. 47 yards. So the big play means just like that, they'll operate from the red zone now on 1st down.
47's the mic. I'm going to come back to you.
On the toss, here's Williams. And he'll get 4 there, down to about the 12-yard line.
Third quarter and you've got the lead. You're not ready to go into that 4-minute offense to close the game out, but a running game can really benefit your team right now.
At the 12-yard line.
Following the pickup of 4, here's 2nd and 6.
Time to go. Night. Kill.
Yellow. Hey, Riblin.
47's the mic. Exit. Hey, that QB's trash. Let's go.
To throw, it's Mahomes. And now he'll tuck it and run. And he'll slide down to avoid the contact. Give him 10 that time, escaping the danger, running with it, and picking up a 1st down.
Partner, he was going through his progressions. Not there. After about the 3rd one, he decided he better pull it down and run for it. And he slides down and avoids the hit for good measure.
Watch the curls. Watch the shift. Hey, watch the shift. Shift.
They'll try and run it with McCoy. And he's going to take it into the end zone for a Chiefs touchdown. LaShawn McCoy. His 2nd touchdown of the night as his guys continue to pour it on. And he certainly played a pivotal role with those 2 TDs and why they're up on the scoreboard right now.
Well, someone's all about winning, aren't they? Because he's not worried about the number. Sure, it's great to have 2 touchdowns. But the bottom line is what he's doing is contributing to their lead. He wants to continue to do so.
Now after the touchdown, here's Butker on to kick it away. Fielded about a yard deep. And the decision to bring it out is going to cost him about 7 yards all told as he's taken down back shy of the 20. Denver offense at the line, ready to go. These guys had to punt last time. It has not been a very fruitful game offensively thus far. They haven't even made a trip to the red zone.
And I know that everyone's going crazy on that sideline because that drives you berserk to come off the field, not really move the ball well. As you said, not even get to the red zone, let alone, not even put points on the board. They've got to just take a deep breath, relax, try and figure out what is working and call more of that.
1st and 10, and Flacco looking to throw. The completion to Riddick. It'll be a 2-yard gain, and that'll make this a 2nd down.
Everyone's got to be able to catch the football. Doesn't matter what position you play, but if you're on offense, be aware a ball may come your way.
Inside 4 minutes to go, third quarter.
Not here. Check 80.
Looking to throw again on second down. Flacco. And the Chiefs are going to get him. Frank Clark fighting his way home to get the sack.
So one quick, easy analysis about why they've struggled so far. They keep putting themselves in third and long situations. They just took another sack right there.
And the offensive film session tomorrow may be a little longer than it normally is.
Not a lot of positive grades will be handed out thus far.
Oh, yeah, I'm coming.
Rewind.
Watch twist. Watch twist.
Hey, yellow, yellow.
Third down. Flacco needs a decent chunk of yardage. And the pressure gets to him again. From the corner, it was Kendall Fuller with a sack.
It's been a tough one all game long for this offensive line. They're already down big, and now you know they're just going to come after the quarterback in a big way, don't you?
Yeah, they just can't get out of their own way right now. It's created an avalanche, and an avalanche is coming right on top of them. On is the punt team now as this one's sent away. Watch out for Hill on the return. And out of bounds on the other side of midfield at the 45. 31 yards on the punt there. And the Chiefs will have excellent field position here as they take over.
Yellow.
You can't block me. You can't block me. You can't block me. Slam, slam, slam.
Hey, 57 color, 57. Nice high.
They'll run on first down. It's McCoy. And he's going to be out of bounds down around the 35-yard line. It'll go as a gain of 10 and a Kansas City first down. The interior of that line blocked really well on that run, but also the two tight ends, they blocked well too.
Not only have they scouted the line of scrimmage, with their agility, they can get upfield and hit moving targets like linebackers, defensive backs. They do a really good job helping out the running game.
Slam.
43.
Tighten up.
Yellow.
Watch twist, watch twist, watch twist.
He's coming. We got double up.
And they'll keep on the ground with McCoy. And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. That one good for 12 yards and a Kansas City first. The yardage numbers for him just keep piling up for his career. He's now toppled, Charles, the 11,000-yard mark.
And just think about that. For most NFL running backs in their career, it feels like if they get to 1,000 yards, they've had a nice little run. He's over 11,000 yards, probably beyond his wildest dreams.
And that is caught by Watkins for a Chief touchdown. Sammy Watkins, his second touchdown on the season as his guys continue to put this one out of reach. And the kick here is good with a penalty flag down as well, and they may have run into him after the kick went away. So 5 yards for running into. Lucky it wasn't 15 for roughing.
No doubt about it, because they protect the kickers and the guys holding the ball almost as much as they protect quarterbacks in the pocket. They don't want those types of injuries.
And he'll probably wish he'd reconsidered here. It will cost him 10 yards as he's down at the 15.
In this position, trying to get back into the game, teams are looking for a spark from their special teams. That's not what they got, though. They got a setback, and they have a long field to cover if they want to try and put points on the board.
The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. And on the last go-around, they really couldn't get anything going.
They had to punt from deep inside their own territory, which means you're going to lose the field position battle as a general rule. What they're looking for now is a little more consistency, move the ball at least a few times on offense, get a couple of first downs, and hopefully flip the field.
Well, just something to build off of. That's what they're looking for here. He'll let this go deep for... And this will be caught at the 30. And all the way home for a Broncos score. Cortland Sutton, 85 yards. And the Broncos get one score closer.
As a fan, is there anything prettier than a well-executed post route?
No, it's a thing of beauty, especially when it's done like that for a touchdown.
The throw, the catch, and how about the run after to get it to the end zone?
So with the missed PAT in his rearview mirror, he goes back out to kick this one off. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. The Chiefs offense about set to begin this drive. This is sort of what you would call a put-away drive, isn't it? They score here, especially a touchdown. It's almost out of reach.
It certainly feels that way, and I think that they're going to call their plays accordingly because what you really want to do, even though you know the scoreboard is still up there and the game's going to go on, in fact, you can take the spirit away from another team. That their drive and will to come back and win can be taken with another score right here.
It's still third quarter, but you just get that feel.
Yeah, they're teetering right there on the brink, aren't they?
So a 1st and 10 now in Denver territory at the 47. And he's got some space here. And he's free going down the left side. It's a foot race. And he takes this into the end zone for a Chiefs touchdown. Tyreek Hill with his second touchdown of the night as his guys continue to pour it on. Point after, right down the middle. And that will extend this big lead. Now after the touchdown, here's Butker on to kick it away. Fielded about a yard deep. And the decision to come out is going to cost him 5 as he's taken down right at the 20. Denver offense at the line, ready to go. They have been struggling. I would imagine at halftime they went through some possible changes. Well, those changes aren't working, so now where do you go?
I think that now it's much more in their head. And what I mean by that is just what you said. You've gone over the changes. I bet they were pretty clinical at the half, not too emotional. They might need to go to the emotional side because
and he's taken down, a Chiefs sack. Alex Okafor able to record his 5th sack of the season. Offensively, they're going to have to figure this out before next week. 7 sacks in one game.
Yeah, and that's more than any quarterback should have to bear. And if this continues on, there will be another quarterback in the game because no one can stand up to this week after week.
Check. 80.
To try again after the sack. Flacco. Chris Jones in there to get him yet again. That is his 3rd sack tonight. They can't figure him out.
So, Brandon, we sat in with a lot of coaches, and when they talk about things they want to accomplish offensively, I'm not sure that sack and sack are on their play sheet.
After the sack, they'll come up now 3rd and long.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised to see them run the ball here just to try and get some space.
And indeed, that's what they'll do as they run it here. And he'll go down, and that will do it for the 3rd quarter of action. Welcome back now to Denver. And this is a blowout so far as we get set for the 4th quarter. A very one-sided affair. And from their own end zone, it's a fake. Oh, but this is going to backfire as it's intercepted. Picked off by the Honey Badger, Tyrann Mathieu. On 4th down, that turned out like a punt. Maybe he was better defensively there just to knock it down.
And you know they go over those situations. All right, 4th down, where's the ball? Where would we get the ball? But instinct takes over, and when it's in the air, they just go and get it. So it's hard to get on him for intercepting it, but the smart play would have been what you suggested. Knock it down and take over to deeper position.
Completes it to Hardman. Just a yard on the catch there. It'll be 2nd and 9.
It's just me and you. Fly. 47's the mic. You're not ready. Mike's 47.
On 2nd and 9, Mahomes. And this is caught by Watkins. Only 3 yards on the catch. It's 3rd down.
Brandon, perfect defense in this situation would have meant that there was an incompletion that would have picked it off. Okay, so they gave up the completion. But I really enjoyed watching how the defense stayed in sync, stayed in great communication. And as he dragged across each zone, you see him pointing, communicating. There he is, and they passed him off to each defender. Ended up making a nice play, even though it was complete.
Throwing is Mahomes on 3rd. And Robinson with a big catch. An 11-yard pickup, and it's enough for a Chiefs 1st down. And a good quarterback facing zone coverage. If he has just a little bit of time to survey the scene, that's what's going to happen.
No doubt about it. If there's no pressure, he's going to continue to pick them apart because he'll have all that time to find someone open downfield. You can only cover for so long. So maybe they want to go to a zone blitz scheme, get a little bit more pressure. Remember when Carolina did that against Denver? They lost the game ultimately. They dropped the defensive end out, and he ended up with an interception in that game in Super Bowl 50. Maybe some sort of scheme like that to try and get more pressure at the passer.
So 2nd and 8 here after the pass play for 2 yards on 1st down. Again, they'll throw with Mahomes. It's Hill, complete. It's a 1st down on a gain of 10. And he's certainly been a huge factor in this one. He's got the 2 touchdowns to his credit. Now they look to him again. He picks up the 1st.
Yeah, I can hear everyone saying, well, why don't you cover him, double him, triple him, do what you have to do. But sometimes they get locked into such a groove and such a connection, it doesn't matter how many guys are in his area.
He certainly looks to be in that groove right now. Now McCoy. And from the 9, they get this to the 5-yard line.
That didn't just feel like good defense there. That felt like pride, didn't it? He's already gotten into the end zone twice, trying to get there for a 3rd time. No one likes to have the hat trick against them.
Let's get it.
And the ball smack dab on the 5-yard line. Here's 2nd and goal. They'll try again with McCoy. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. It'll go as a loss of a yard, and it'll set up 3rd down.
Brandon, it's clearly a running situation when you're up in the 4th quarter. They're going to have to stack the box and make it difficult for them to move the ball.
Made it very difficult right there. Now they need to repeat that effort.
Yeah, bring 7, 8, 9, whatever it's going to take to slow them down.
Mahomes going to pull it out and keep it himself. And that's caught. It's Kelsey. Touchdown, Kansas City. Travis Kelsey. His 2nd touchdown on the season as his guys continue to put this one out of reach. So another score there, and often you talk about the 3 phases of the game. Defense, offense, special teams. It's been a clean sweep in this one, hasn't it?
It certainly has. They've been pretty dominant throughout this game. And privately, the head coach will add a 4th phase. That's the coaching. And he'll tell the ownership that as he tries to negotiate a new contract off of this win.
They are looking strong here in the 4th quarter. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way.
And the Chiefs are going to get him. Chris Jones able to record his 5th sack of the season.
That right now, that's a defeated team out there. I think you can see it totally in their body language.
Hands on hips, heads low. It's just been a struggle from the start.
Yeah, this team has been thoroughly beaten right from the word go.
Pass protection has been a problem all night long as they come up facing 2nd and a bundle.
Rewind. Slam, slam.
Flacco. Oh, the pressure too great, and he goes down once more. Chris Jones in there to get him, and that is sack number 6 now for him on the year. Now after the sack, Flacco and the Broncos come up 3rd and long.
Let's go.
Here's Riddick. And he won't be close to a first down as he runs into a wall right around the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play there, and it'll bring up 4th down.
I know you felt that one.
They're already slim. Hopes are going to ride on this one. They'll go on 4th down. They're going to look to throw on 4th with Flacco. And this is incomplete. The Broncos unable to convert here on 4th. And now possession will go over inside the 15-yard line.
Yellow, 180, Mike 47. I'm coming for you. You mine.
And they will take a knee here.
Mahomes on the keeper. A loss of a yard. Brings up second at the 13-yard line.
Alert, alert. 3 down, 3 down.
And they'll indeed take a knee.
Mahomes on the keeper. A loss of a yard on the play.
So time to start going in the other direction as they come up now 3rd and long. Just 2 minutes remaining here in the 4th quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. The chance of wasting this great starting field position, a real threat. This is 3rd and long.
A loss of a yard. Brings up 4th down.
KC last year on 4th down, 12 of 15, 3rd best in the league, and they're going again.
Yellow. Hatchet. Watch the edge.
Mahomes throwing on 4th. And he's got it. And they are going to score again. Yet another touchdown as they just add to their totals.
Well, this game is definitely over, but we do know some people like to go ahead and continue to add to their score, don't we?
Yeah, I don't know that they need to add any more right now, though. I'm just starting to think about those dinner plans tonight, my friend.
Well, you and I will be thinking about dinner plans, but we also know they're playing people are thinking, how can I get some more scores for my fantasy, for other things? They're trying to figure that part out now.
By the way, last weekend we went sushi because that's what you wanted. We're going steak tonight.
I'm in.
All right. Denver offense at the line, ready to go. They've lost this one. Their offense has struggled. Do they try to put together something here at the end just to take it in? Under pressure, and Flacco's going to be dropped. The sack comes from Anthony Hitchens. Man, he got in there so quickly, Charles. What could the offense have done to adjust and account for that?
But what you're hoping is that you figure out and you see and get a clue that maybe there's going to be some pressure coming at you, and you change the blocking schemes. Maybe you go to max protection. The biggest one is maybe you bring your running back in to try and keep you clean. But in that case, that didn't happen. Zero accountability, and a sack resulted.
Now the pressure comes, and he goes down. Just inside the 10, back at the 9. Anthony Hitchens able to drop him that time for his second sack of the evening. Now after the sack, Flacco and the Broncos come up 3rd and long.
Chest. Gun. Win the rep. Let's go right here. 53's the mic. 53. Hey!
3rd down, Flacco from the gun. And he coughs up the football. And it looks like the offense did get the football back, but it is clearly in that end zone, and it's going to be a safety. Things are just going from bad to worse now. It's a safety that does him in here, and that is one frustrated offensive unit.
They can't get out from under their own shadow right now. I mean, I know this is the NFL, but could you imagine a college crowd right now? Imagine what they'd be doing. They'd be chanting, "Start the bus," because they think this one is over.
Well, Charles, it's one thing to win. It's another thing to win and put up the amount of points that they did. Boy, were they clicking on offense.
They can't help but feel great about themselves, can they? I mean, what a game to put up that number of points, continually feel like they're moving the ball and things are working and clicking. They think that they can bottle this and carry it with them.
And as an offensive coordinator, you just don't think you can do anything wrong. Whatever you call, run, pass, it's all going to work.
That's called being in the zone.
So for the Chiefs, they remain one of the hottest teams out there as the win moves them to 6-1. And now they'll have a few extra days here before they face Kansas City next week. Meanwhile, for Denver, they dipped to 2-5 now with the loss. And they'll try to get back to their winning ways next week as they head to Indianapolis to take on the Colts. Thanks for tuning in, everybody. Alongside Charles Davis, we thank our entire crew. I'm Brandon Gaudin. This is the NFL on EA Sports.
S-T-R-O. Yeah. How many of y'all came to win? Oh, they asking my name, huh? You ready? S-T-R-O. I ain't come to play with you. Yeah. Life challenging, but I wouldn't trade with you. It's early, I'm up. Yeah. I can't spend the day with you. I'm out of my business. I ain't getting paid with you. My color bright. I ain't finna fade with you. Man, I gotta come clean like I made with you. I've been on my everybody drop when I drop. Look at shorty, she support bra. Lifting up, never not on my grind. New York City time, another brother better, you will never find. I've been in my bag like groceries. Competition shouldn't take shots, take notes, please. Reporting live from the winning side. Ready to try, keep a different vibe. Is you down the ride, never tired. You will never know, you ain't never tried. Work it out, hit the gym, hit the field, hit the win. Hey yo, I need that. Big chips, man, I need that. Hustle hard, on the job, you can see that. On my head is real good, we don't need your feedback. They clear the way with my crew coming through. What I do? Lace up the shoes, chase double rings, what I do?